Hello students, welcome to RK Academy. My dear students, as we told you that in the last session we have discussed the skeleton system in the bilingual language, that is Telugu and English. Already we have explained you, and also we told you that we are going to conduct the classes in the English medium. So in this session we will discuss about the skeletal system in only the English medium, and it is beneficiary to those aspirants who are preparing for the SSC CGL, CHSL as well as MTS and some other notifications. And recently Telangana government has announced the notification vacancies as well as their tentative information to us. As soon as Andhra Pradesh government notification will also announced by the government, will also announced by the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh. So we are going to suggest you that please prepare for those examinations by using the RK Academy classes, whatever the classes we had been kept in the YouTube channel as well as the app. And it is available to you at the very low prices on the RK Academy app. It will be around below 1000 rupees only. So please utilize, please kindly utilize that all those classes, whatever the class we had kept on the RK Academy app. So I am going to start about the skeletal system. In this session we will discuss about the skeletal system. You know that skeletal system is a unique system in our body, and it gives the mechanical and physical support to our body. Okay, and this particular system is useful for the locomotion of the particular body. Okay, locomotion of the particular body. Here in the sense locomotion in the sense it means movement. What's that? Movement. And what is the movement? Movement means it helps our body to displace from one place to the another place with the help of a particular system. That is called as human skeletal system. Okay, and the skeleton means in the skeletal system, the main component is skeleton. The skeleton is made up of bones, and such type of bones is arranged in an order to give a particular structure to our body. Okay, and see here the skeleton basing on the presence of the skeleton, it is furtherly divided into endoskeleton as well as the exoskeleton. What's that? Endoskeleton and exoskeleton. Here it is itself explains us endoskeleton, and the second one is exoskeleton. Here endoskeleton means those skeleton or those bones which are arranged inside the body, and each bone articulates with the other bone. Such type of bones made an establishment in between the organs that are present in our body. So here endoskeleton means those bones which are arranged inside our body to give a physical and mechanical support to our body. Such type of skeleton system is called as endoskeleton system. And come to the next one, this is the exoskeleton system. Here itself explains us exoskeleton. Exo means outside. Those organisms which possess the skeleton in the outside of the body, such type of skeleton system is called as exoskeleton. So for instance, if we have an example for the endoskeleton means, the best example for the endoskeleton means man, that we possess the skeletal system inside our body. And come to the second, what is that? Exoskeleton. For instance, if we have an example, snail. What is that? Snail, and it belongs to mollusca phyla. What is that? Mollusca phyla. And there is also another example for the exoskeleton is oyster. Oyster. You know what? Oyster, after the further when the maturity has been attained by the oyster, it gives a pearl to us. So such type of organisms possess exoskeleton. And whereas endoskeleton means those organisms which possess the skeleton inside the body, such type of skeleton system is called as endoskeleton. Fine. And I would like to say that endoskeleton is made up of, in our body endoskeleton is made up of bone and as well as cartilage. See, the difference between the bone and cartilage is bones are the hardest one, as well as the cartilage is the smooth bone, and cartilage it senses us, as well as this particular cartilage is just like a smooth body, and it is made up of a protein named as collagen. What is that? Collagen. So now we will discuss about the bone and its structure and its functions and the particular properties of the bone. Okay. So here bone is made up of, for example, can I ask you one question? What is the study that concern with the bone? What is the study that concern with the bone? For example, if you see the picture of the bone, here it is just like this. Here the study of bones is osteology. What is that? Osteology. And the cells which are present in the bone is osteocytes. What is that? Osteocytes. And what is the protein that is present in the bones? The protein that is present in the bones is ossin. Ossin is a protein that is present in the bones. And the bones are made up of mainly calcium and phosphorus. Here calcium and phosphorus are deposited in the bones in the form of calcium phosphate. What is that? Calcium phosphate. And this calcium phosphate can be called as tricalcium phosphate. Tricalcium phosphate. It is the other form of calcium phosphate. And this particular tricalcium phosphate is stored in the bone in the form of hydroxyapatite. What is that? Hydroxyapatite. Hydroxyapatite is a form of calcium and phosphorus which are stored in the bones in the form of hydroxyapatite. Okay. Here the bones are, you know that bones are made up of what or which components. And then here it is, there is a test that is for the calculation of the age of a person that can be done through the bones also. So there is another test that is conducted to the bones to determine the age of a person and to determine the age of a bone. It is, the particular test is bone ossification test. What is that? Bone ossification test. Bone ossification test. Here this test determines the age of a bone, and also determines the age of a person. What is that? Age of a person. And how would we know the age of a bone? It is depends on the length, and it depends on the growth of the epiphyseal plate which is present in between the joints of the bone. So for instance, if you observe this diagram, and this is the structure of bone, and this is called as, and entirely this is called as epiphyseal plate. What is this? Epiphyseal plate. This particular growth of epiphyseal plate indicates the age of a bone and age of a person. Such type of test is called as bone ossification test. What is that? Bone ossification test. So how many bones are there in our body? There are 206 bones are present in the adults only. And how many bones are there in the children? It is about 290 plus, and the exact figure of this is 300. You know what? In the previous purpose, we had been observed and studied on the particular purpose. There is a paper that is group 2. We noticed a question came from this particular area. They asked like this: how many bones are there in the age of a 7 years child? And they have given the options that is 300 and 277 and 206, and option D is none of the above. So instantly your answer will be the 300. But they asked you to how many bones are there in the age of a 7 years child. So here the answer is 277. So we never expect that such type of questions are there in the group 2 paper, but we should know the complete details of the system, whatever the system we have in the biology. So such type of information we are going to keep on the YouTube channel and RK Academy app. It also available to you, and we are going to provide all the general studies content in the RK Academy app at the very low price. It is about the 1000 below only. So please guys, notice that and share it to your friends and share it to your peers and neighbors, so that they will notice whatever the information we have been kept, and it is sure that it helps you to grab the examination. Okay. So here it is the epiphyseal plate. The epiphyseal plate indicates the growth of a person and growth of the bone, and we can also calculate the age of the bone also. Okay, this is all about the bone. And the particular bone, there is a protein is there, that is called erythropoietin. This particular erythropoietin stimulates the production of the blood. What is that? Stimulates the production of the blood. You know what is the production of blood in the bones, and what would you say about the production of blood? The production of blood is nothing but hemopoiesis. What is that? The production of blood is nothing but hemopoiesis. Here itself explains the production of blood, how the blood is formed in the bone marrow. You know what? The particular erythropoietin is stimulated by the cortex region of the kidney. Sir, what is the cortex region? What is the cortex region? Can you tell me the answer? So the cortex region means, if you see the transverse section of the kidney, and the outer region is called as cortex and the inner region is called as medulla. And already I told you that the outer region of the cortex produces a hormone that is nothing but erythropoietin, which is secreted in the bones, and this is useful for the production of blood and the formation of the blood cells in the bone marrow. Fine. And I would like to explain you the another thing is cartilage. So what is cartilage? Cartilage is also a bone which is present in our body also. For instance, if we take an example, our nose is an example of cartilage. Our nose is freely moving from one position to the another position, freely moves from one position to another position. Due to the smooth bone is there, that is nothing but cartilage. And if we take another example, this particular ear pinna, this is called as external ear. This external ear is also made up of the cartilage. See, so this is what the difference between the bone and the cartilage. So here I would like to explain you the cartilage. This particular cartilage is smooth in nature, smooth bony material, and the study that is concerned with the cartilage is chondrology. What is that? Chondrology. What is the name of the matrix that is present in the cartilage is chondrin. What is that? Chondrin. And what is the cells that is present in the cartilage is chondrocytes. What's this? Chondrocytes. And this is chondrin, and this is about the chondrology. And the cartilages are smooth in nature. Okay. And this type of cartilages is made up of what? So they will not ask you question from this area because it is very easy to digest, but they will ask you the application model and some of the depth concepts in the particular areas. So I would like to say that this particular cartilage is made up of collagen, and this is a protein. And here the collagen is made up of white and yellow collagen fibers. These are the two types of fibers that made collagen, and this particular collagen is there in the cartilage. Okay, this is about the cartilage. Okay, this is about the cartilage. And can I revise you once again? So this is the cartilage, and it is the smooth bones. The study of the cartilage is chondrology, and the substance which is present inside the cortex, inside the cartilage is the matrix. That particular matrix is chondrin, and the cells present in the chondrin is cartilage is chondrocytes, and this particular cartilage is present in between the two bones. So can I draw the diagram? Yes, you just observe the diagram, whatever the diagram I am drawing here. For example, if I take a bone, and this is the bone, and this to the bone, it is also a bone. Here you can see clearly, you can observe clearly the place where the bones makes an establishment with the help of a smooth bony material, and this is called as cartilage. So guys, you all know that the basic difference between the bone as well as cartilage. Now move on to the another one. Here the skeleton, basically the basic of the presence of the skeleton, it is divided into two types, that is endoskeleton and exoskeleton. Here I am going to explain you the endoskeleton. In the endoskeleton, it is made up of bone and cartilage. What is that? Endoskeleton is made up of bone and cartilage. Already I had explained you, had told you that bone and cartilage. Now I am going to explain the endoskeleton. So what were the components that are involved in the endoskeleton? So the main components that are involved in the endoskeleton it is furtherly divided into two types, that is axial skeleton and the second one is appendicular skeleton. Axial skeleton and appendicular skeleton. So this is the basic thing, you should memorize and you should revise. Okay. So this is axial skeleton, you should remember this also. So this is axial and this is appendicular. Now I will explain you the axial skeleton. See, this is what skeleton and its types. So for example, in the human body is made up of skeleton, and this particular skeleton, basing on the presence of skeleton, it is divided into endoskeleton and exoskeleton. Exoskeleton means the skeleton which is present outside the body. Endoskeleton means it is present inside the body, and this is made up of bone and cartilage. Already I had explained you these things. Now it has two components, that is axial skeleton and appendicular skeleton. So you see, if you draw a cycle, and it could be called a center or it could be called as axis of a wheel. Now I am going to show you the axis of a person. For example, if you observe my vertebral column, which is present in the anterior region of our body, dorsal region of our body, you can notice easily this is the vertebral column. And this acts as an axis of our body. Now this particular axis is connected with the head of a body. What is that? Head of a body. Now you can easily say that, for example, this is a person, this is the axis and it is connected with the head, and also it is associated with the ribs. This is called as ribs, and all these ribs are kept together. All these ribs are kept here with the help of a bone. Here this bone is called as sternum or breastbone. What is this? Sternum or breastbone. And this is what? The vertebral column. And this is head. So you can easily notice that what were the components of axial skeleton? The parts which include in the axial skeleton is head, and these are ribs, and this is the sternum or breastbone, and this is the vertebral column. What is this? This is the vertebral column. Now we will have a discuss on the axial skeleton, and how many bones are there in the axial skeleton and where they are located. Okay. Now if you see the axial skeleton, it includes head, and it includes ribs, and all those ribs get together with the help of a bone that is nothing but sternum, or what is the other name of sternum? Other name of sternum is breastbone, and another one is vertebral column. Another one is vertebral column. Here these are the four components in the axial skeleton. So here axial skeleton possesses 80 bones. How many bones are there in the axial skeleton? 80 bones. Here the head has 29 bones. How many bones are there? 29 bones. In the head, it is furtherly divided into facial bones. What is that? Facial bones. And second one is ear ossicles, and third one is cranial bones. Cranial bone means the bones where they are present in the skull, and it could be called as cranial bones. And another one is the bone which is located below the tongue. So the bone which is presented or located at below the tongue, and these are the areas which includes in the axial skeleton. Axial skeleton means head, ribs, sternum and vertebral column. Furtherly in the head we can see these types of bones. In the face we can see 14 bones, and in the ear we can see 3 bones in each ear. So the particular 3 bones are incus. What is that? Incus, and the second one is malleus, and third one is stapes. These are the 3 bones present in the one ear. And how many ears we have? 2 ears. So it is about 6. Okay, 6. And there are 8 bones are present in the skull. So this is 8. And below the tongue there is a bone that is nothing but hyoid bone. What is that? Hyoid bone. Here, you know what? If a person gets hanged means there would be a breaking of a bone can be seen in below the tongue of a body, tongue of a mouth. So that particular bone is hyoid bone. It gets broken and separated into the 2 pieces. So whenever the person gets hanged, so that the death will take place on the particular person. Okay. So these are the bones which are present in the head. And what is the second component? Second component is ribs. So in our body there are 24 ribs are there, which senses 12 pairs of bones are there. And among these 12 pairs, 8th, 9th and 10th pair of bones articulates and joins with the 7th pair with the help of a cartilage. That particular cartilage is hyaline cartilage. What is that? Hyaline cartilage. You know what? The 11th pair and 12th pair does not join and does not make a connection with the sternum or breastbone. So this particular 2 pairs of ribs gets floated that surrounds the lungs of a body. Such type of ribs are called as floating ribs. What is this? Floating ribs. And the second last segment is vertebral column. If you see the vertebral column of a body, there is 26 vertebrae are there in the adults, and 33 vertebrae are seen in the child. See, what is the difference between the 33 and 26? It is not the difference of 7. It is, in the children they have 33. As the years are passing on, as the growth is seen on the particular child, some bones are there which are separately grown, and later on as the age is passing on, the particular bones, whatever the bones are there, articulates with each other and combines to form a single bone. Then only they are diverted and they converted into the 26 bones. That is what the difference between those two bones. Okay. So here the next thing is, what is the second concept? And the main thing is, in the if you see the diagram of the vertebral column, you just pause this video and make a screenshot, take a screenshot and have a look on that and just note it down on your notes. Now I am moving to explain you the bones, whatever the bones present in the vertebral column. Okay. See here, for example, if I draw a vertebral column of a person, it is divided into 4 divisions. How many divisions are there? 4 divisions. So this, assume that this is a vertebral column in our body. Here we have 26 vertebrae and this region is called as cervical region and this region is called as thoracic region and this region is called as lumbar region. What is this? Lumbar region, and this is called as sacral region. What is this? Sacral region. So here we will notice 7 bones and here 12 and it is 5 and it is 2. So let us calculate 12 plus 5, 17 plus 19, 19 and these are 26. So there are 26 bones that are present in the vertebral column. So just calculate the bones, whatever the bones I had explained you. There are 29 bones in the head and 24 bones in the vertebral column, and the next thing is how many bones are there in the vertebral column? 26. What is that? 26. And a bone which is in below the tongue. Okay. See, no, this is the breastbone or sternum. So once calculate this, 6 plus 4 9, 6 plus 4 10 and 9 plus 1 10. So this is 20, it is 2 and 4 2s are 80. So already I told you that there are 80 bones in the axial skeleton. So this is the figure what we have, this is 80. So how many bones are there in the axial skeleton? 80 bones are there in the axial skeleton. Now move on to the appendicular skeleton. What is that? Appendicular skeleton. In the appendicular skeleton we have pelvic girdle. What is that? Pelvic girdle, and we can see the shoulder. This is the pelvic girdle, and the second one is shoulder girdle, and third one is hands, and fourth one is legs. Here itself indicates 126 bones are there in these 4 areas. So for example, in the pelvic girdle, for instance, if we see the pelvic girdle, here pelvic girdle means whatever the bone that is present in the back of a body. So here pelvic girdle. Pelvic girdle, the diagram of the pelvic girdle is, you just observe clearly. This is one part of the pelvic girdle. It is made up of 3 bones, 1, 1, 1. And this is also made up of 3 bones, 1, 1, 1. Here these 3 bones fuse to make 1 bone and these 3 bones fuse to make 1 bone. How many bones are there? 2 bones are there. See, here in the pelvic girdle we can see the 2 bones. And what is the another one? Shoulder girdle. What is the another one? Shoulder girdle. Here if we observe the shoulder girdle, here there are 2 bones which are in the shape of a triangle, and each bone gives rise to a bone, C-shaped bone. This is called as clavicle or collarbone. So this bone is called as scapula. What is this? Scapula. And this is also called as scapula. An articulation is seen, this is called as collarbone or clavicle. You can see the scapula here and you can see the collarbone here. Collarbone is just located in the area of a collar of your shirt. Okay, this is collarbone or scapula, and this is what the bone is. This is called a scapula, and this is called a collarbone, or this is called a collarbone. What is this? Collarbone or clavicle. So these are, how many bones are there here? Here 2 bones and here 2 bones. How many bones are there? 4 bones. So shoulder girdle possesses 4 bones. Now what is another area? Hands and legs. If we see the bones in the hand, there are 30 bones in single hand, and both hands means 60. If you see the legs, same scene will repeat, and 30 into 2 equal to 60. Okay. Now let me draw the bones in the hands and legs. Okay. Let me draw the diagram of this. So here, if you observe a hand, we will have 30 bones in the each hand. So let me draw the diagram of the hand and I will explain whatever the bones are there, 30 bones are there in the hand. Okay. See here, hand has, they will ask you in the examination how many bones are there in the wrist, how many bones are there in the palm, and how many bones are there in the joint, how many bones are there in the elbow and leg or some other part. So after having the complete glimpse on this particular topic, you will attain whatever the question they give. Okay. So here, for example, if we take a hand, what is that? Hand. And this is the joint where the shoulder and hand make an establishment, and this is the bone, and this is called as humerus. What is this? Humerus. And here there is two bones. This is one bone and this is the second bone. Here this is called as radius and this is called as ulnar bone, and these two bones make an establishment with the 8 bones, and 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, and these are called as carpals. What is this? Carpals. And after this there is a 5 bones, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. These are the 5 bones. These are called as metacarpals. What is that? Metacarpals. From each metacarpal we will see the here 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 and it is 1 2 3. How many bones are there? And 14 bones are there. These are called as phalanges or digits. What is that? Digits. And here itself 14, and these are 5 and these are 8 and these are 1, these are 1 and it is also 1. So and if we cover this particular bone with the muscle, and this would be a hand, and you can see the bones here. So how many bones are there? 1 and this is 2 and this is 3 and this is 8. 8 plus 3 is 11 and 11 plus 5 is 16 plus 14 is 30. So as I told you that how many bones are there in the hand? 30 bones. So in one hand there, if there is 30 bones means in two hands means 60 bones are there. 60 bones are there in two hands. In the second case, we will observe the, in the second case I am going to draw the diagram of a leg. So and this is the leg that articulates with the pelvic girdle. This is the leg what we have. This bone is called as femur. What is this? Femur. And this particular bone continues with the two bones, continues with the two bones. See, this is called as tibia and this is called as fibula, and these two attached with the 7 bones and 5 6 7. How many bones? 7 bones. These are called as tarsals. What is this? Tarsals. And these bones make an establishment and make a connection with the 5 bones, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. These are called as metatarsals. This connects with the, each bone connects with the, here 2 bones, 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 and 1 2 3. Here how many bones are there? It is 14. So these are called as phalanges or digits. Here This is leg of a person. If we see the bones, here there are 1, 2, 3 and these are 7 and these are 5 and these are 14. Now there is one bone remains there. Here it is the bone. Here it is the bone and this is called as kneecap. This is called as kneecap. What is this? Kneecap, or it is called also patella. What is this? Patella. Here it is formed with the help of tendons. As I told you that tendon, what is that? Tendon is a structure. Tendon is a structure which makes establishment with the bone with the muscle. Bone with the muscle.